Hi folks. This is a two-part video. They're connected, but you'll see that like I'm wearing a different shirt and there might be some slight differences between this part and the next part. That's because there was a recording error that I didn't realize till the last minute, and so yada yada yada. Just know that at one point there's going to be like a abrupt switch to sort of a different view of things. But it's no matter, steps will stay the same. I'm going over how to make the Scooterbot. So we start off logged in on OnShape. Here we have all of our, oops, sorry about that, all of our files that we've made. You may not have all that many, but to create a new one, we simply go create and document, and we're going to call this the Scooterbot. And it's right now in my makerspace folder. All right, so we start off with a plane. You've seen this in some of the tutorials. You have the front, right, and top plane. We're mostly going to work with the front. So to get that sort of front and center, no pun intended, we're going to click on the front plane and then press N, of course, and that sort of situates things. And we're going to start with our body sketch, okay? And that, you can see there's a blue line over here. It's saying, hey, what's the sketch plane? So we click on that front plane and it registers. It's going to make a new sketch on that plane. We're going to press, oops, sorry, you can double click to get back to that. And we're going to click the corner rectangle. We run the rectangle and you can see the bottom of the rectangle when it's along the top axis. You get this little straight line that happens underneath my cursor. That means it's constraining itself to the plane. So if I release there, I know that it's stuck on the plane, which for what it's worth is what I actually want. And I want it to be 50 millimeters wide and 15 millimeters tall. Now I need to constrain it with one more thing, and that is the relationship between the center point of all of the axes, actually, and our shape. You can see how this little like blue dot has a white line through it, and you can see that these are still blue. So we're going to constrain them throughout the video. I'll try and point out when we're constraining. There are some times where I might have a little snafu and forget exactly what I need to constrain, but we will get there. Okay. So I'm going to click on the dimension tool. I'm going to click on this center point and I'm going to click on that point. And you can see right now it says 18.25, but I want it to be centered. So I'll make it 25. And you can see now everything's constrained. I can press the green check mark and rename this my body sketch. Okay. And so you've been working, like sketches is the start, and then we extrude. So we're going to click on that extrude tool. We are going to extrude the body sketch. So you can see I clicked right there and that filled in there. And it starts with 25. We're actually just going to make it 15 millimeters deep and press the check mark. And there we go. We have our block. Okay. The next thing we need to do is get to our legs. Okay. And so I just want to confirm this is all recording because last time it didn't. Looks like it should be. I'm going to draw some legs on the front plane. Now remember, that's 15 millimeters away from this blue, right? So we're going to draw on the plane and then extrude past there. So we're going to draw on the plane. I'm going to click on the plane again and press N. I should rename this. So I'm going to, oops, I'm going to click exit. I'm going to right click. I'm going to press rename, body extrude. And there we have it. I'm going to do a new sketch. And then that sketch plane again is going to be on the front plane. And now I can zoom in. Okay. So I'm going to make the legs. They look like, oops, got to reconnect here. This over here. And so we can see sort of what that looks like. We have a rectangle, and then this is a rhombus, and I will show you how to do it. So we'll go over here. I just want to get the 10, 3.5, and 2. Okay. So I'm on my first sketch. I'm going to start with a corner rectangle. I'm going to start at the edge here. So that's already one constraint to start at the edge and then make a 2 by 10 rectangle. Wonderful. That's right now constrained because it can only exist on that plane if it's connected to that point in that area. We're going to make another line here, and that's going to be 3.5 millimeters wide. I'm going to press escape so I no longer have that tool. And I'm going to go back to my dimension tool and I'm going to make this 160 degrees. Perfect. Okay. Going to make another line here. It's going to be parallel to the plane. That's why, again, you see that straight line there. It's going to be 2 millimeters. And here is actually where like something clunky kind of happens. Again, I'll talk us through it, but I'll click here and connect it. And then when I press enter, for some reason that happens. I wish I knew about why. I don't. I'm going to press escape, and all I'm going to do is take that 3.5 and delete it and it goes back to constraining things. So, every now and then there are mysteries. I think that I could explain it, but it's sort of beyond the scope of the video, and I'm not 100% sure I'm right about that. So keep that in mind. So here we have our leg, okay? And now we're going to we can rename that as leg one. Actually, we should rename it leg one sketch. Okay. And we're going to extrude that leg. So we have the extrude button up. You see the blue says faces and sketches to extrude. I click on that. It automatically fits that. We don't want the leg longer than that. So we're going to make just 2 millimeters and press OK. And there we have our first leg. Actually, I'm going to double click that. You can see a couple of different options here. Add means add to the existing part. I don't actually want to do that now. So I'm just going to switch it to new. It's going to keep that 2 millimeter argument for lack of a better word or that property and press again. You can see now it's two colors and down here you have two different parts, okay? Which isn't what we want at the end of the day, but as an intermediary step, it's okay. Because now we want it to copy basically this leg in equal intervals through the rest of the shape, okay? And to do that, we can use the linear pattern tool. So I click on linear pattern. The thing I want to extrude, I'm actually renaming this here, leg one extrude. Whoops. Oh, and then it looks like I lost that, so I have to click that again. And actually I want this to look straight again, so I'll just press N, get that there, perfecto. I'm gonna click on the linear pattern tool. I want the leg one extrude to repeat itself. I want to, oops, what happened here? Linear pattern, entities to pattern. Let me try and clicking on it. There we go. I'll click on it. Then on the direction, I want it to repeat actually through the top axis. So I'm going to click direction and I'm going to put, no, I don't want that plane. I'm going to put this plane. Oh, is that what I want? No, I'm sorry. I want it along no, not the right plane. That's what I want because it's, yeah, there we go. And I want there to be 8 of them. And I want them to be 5.7 millimeters away. And you can see that is not right. So what did I do? Oh, 6.8 millimeters away. I'm sorry. 6.8 millimeters away. And I have 8 of them. And that gets us to, as close to perfect as we can get. All right. And here, again, we did new so that if you look on the left, they're all showing up as different parts. Now we can fully add it to it and we can merge it with all, which means we merge it with all of part one. When we press check, we have one part that's become quite more complex. Okay. Um, the next thing we need to do is do some of the what I'll call the inner workings, where we're going to put our rotating motor and where we're going to put, actually, sorry, our rotating motor and where we're going to put our battery. Okay, so let's rename this leg pattern. Okay, and we are going to make some new sketches all over here. Okay, give me one sec to check something on the other video. Um, Okay, perfect. Okay, sorry about that. So we're going to make new sketches over here. I'm going to call it the I'm sorry, the inner workings sketch. I'm going to press N over here and get that right there. And over here, I'm going to press sketch. And so now it'll have a sketch that automatically goes on the face of the body extrude. What I need to make, we'll go to my reference document here, is this. Okay, so This area is where we're going to put the rotating motor, I'm sorry, and this area is where we're going to put the battery. Let's go ahead and start with the battery because it's a little easier. Okay. I'm going to make a line that starts at the center of the piece, which is also, of course, the center axis. It's going to be a parallel straight line with the bright plane, I'm sorry, and I'm gonna press 7. Okay, that is going to be fully constrained given that I told it starts here and it goes down. I'm going to duplicate this though. I'm going to make another line that is parallel to that line and is 7. You can see this isn't constrained because I didn't tell it where it lies within the context of all the other parts and all the other pieces. And so I'm going to again use this dimension tool. I'm going to click 7 here and 7 here. Click in the middle, press 20, and now it's going to be fully constrained because there's no other place where this line can go. Okay? I'm going to use, this is where I always kind of mess up, the tangent arc. Let's try that. I'm going to click on this button and R10, and it worked. Press enter. Whoops, maybe it didn't. Hold on, maybe I have to use the 3-point arc. Maybe that's what I gotta do. This one, and then I'm gonna make it 10. There we go. Now we have it fully constrained. So again, you're gonna use the tangent arc. I'll go back because, well, you can go back in the video because you have the rewind functionality. You use the 3-point arc, 1 point here, 1 point here, and then all you have to do is actually click somewhere down here. And when you refine how much the radius is, which is 10, you'll have the opportunity to set it right there. Okay, so that's where the battery is going to sit. Okay. And then we have to add an area for the rotating motor. That's going to happen over here. We're going to start with a line that now is going to be perpendicular to this line, and it's going to be 3.7 millimeters wide. Okay. Um, oh, for some reason it went there. Okay, I don't need that. Now that's going to be, or one way to constrain this, I could say, is we're going to make a dimension tool, and we're going to say we want it to be 5.5 millimeters from the top. Okay. And so then I'm going to press the line again. I'm going to make another one that is 3.7. It is parallel. I'm going to press escape so I don't have the line tool anymore. I'm going to press the dimension tool and I'm going to go here, and I'm going to make this 2 millimeters. Is that correct? Yes, 2 millimeters tall. Okay. Now I can add a 3-point circle, which is a kind of fun thing to do. I say I want a circle here. I want it to include this point, and this point. And this I'm going to make, I'm going to make it actually a little bit bigger, 10.5 millimeters, because I was having some trouble with the ones before. And you'll see that this is the 1 point that is currently unconstrained. It's the only blue one. And so what I like to do sometimes is just pick it over here. I can just round this up to 9.5, and now it is a fully constrained drawing for both of these. Okay. Let me check, okay, so now I just think it's okay. So now we have where these are going to lie, but we of course have to extrude them onto the piece, okay? And so let's rename this inner workings sketch, okay? And we're going to do an extrusion, okay? And we want it to go inward, so we're going to remove from here about 2 millimeters. Um, and it's going to be a merge with all because it's within here. So, well, let me see if this does it any differently. Okay, because I didn't have this. I have to click on the inner working sketch. Whoops. What do I want to do? Okay. Sometimes it's weird to pick you have to pick it from here, not from the list. Um, So there we go. You want to get the right direction so that it's going into here. And then when you press OK, you have the inner workings built out. Okay. So in the next video, you're going to see what other things you have to add to make your full scooter bot. But hopefully this all made sense. Let me know or let Mr. Rose know if you have any questions. All right, so we have the first part of our video done, and we've made the areas for the vibrating motor and the battery. But of course, what we need is a little tunnel that the vibrating motor wires can move into to touch the battery. So we have to make another sketch where we put a hole over here, a hole over here, and then connect them using the loft tool. So we're going to make a new sketch. It's going to be on this plane, so I might as well press N over there. Let me just get the dimensions, 3.59, 7.7. Okay. So we are going to, let me check one thing. Oh, okay, okay. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. So we're going to put a center point circle here. It is going to be 3.5 millimeters. Uh, and then, or it's going to have a diameter of 3.5 millimeters. And then we're going to use the dimension tool. Oh, sorry, still working on a sketch dimension tool. It's going to be from the center to the bottom is going to be 7.7. And then from here to here, the center to the front plane is going to be 9 millimeters. That's fully constrained. Bellissimo. Okay. So we'll put over here, we'll rename this wire input. Okay. I'm going to go back. We're actually going to go over here. That's going to be our, well, let's deselect everything. We're going to make a new sketch. It's going to be on this plane. And then I'm going to use N again to get on there. And that's going to be another circle. Let me just pop over here. 4.5 and 7.7. Did I get the numbers right there? Yeah. 4.5, 7.7, 5.5. Okay. That I'm just going to make another center point circle. It's going to be 5.5 millimeters in diameter. And then the dimensions, again, from here to here is going to be 7.7. And then from here to here is going to be 4.5. Okay, perfect. Now this is like I mean, I think this is very fun. Not everyone else will. Um, oh, let me actually rename this wire output. Oops. Special characters like that. There we go. Um, so we're going to use the loft tool with those normal profile 1, 3, 10. 1, 3, 10. Okay. We are going to click on put the loft tool. It is going to remove from the solid. It's going to, the profiles are going to be this and this. Um, it's going to be normal to profile with a start management of magnitude of 3, and then normal to profile with n magnitude of 10. uh, 1, 3, and then show isocurve. Oh, I'm sorry. So this actually should be 1, and this actually should be 3. And then if we show the isocurve with a magnitude of 10. So there you go. That's what it's going to look like. Pretty neat. And then we're going to commit that there. Okay. And if you want, of course, you can go to the rendering options. And you can change it from unshaded to like translucent, and that gives you a nice view of what your Scooterbot looks like so far. But for working, it's a little bit easier to do the shaded with edges. Okay, how cool was that? All right, now, oh, that's right. Oh, well, we're making good progress, guys. We're making good progress. Okay, 5.9. Okay, gotta keep these are hard numbers to remember. Now it looks like we're making the lock knob sketch. So this is what we will clasp them into. 1.8, 5.9. We're going to come over here. We're going to make a new sketch on here. It's just going to be a rectangle, 5.9 and 1.8, is that right? Oops. Oops. Hold on. Gotta go back over there. 1.8. Okay. It looks like it's going to be 2.7 millimeters away from the side and 4.7 from the top. So I can use the dimension tool, go over here, 4.7, and then, shoot, what did I say? 2.7. And then over here, 2.7. Did I mess up these numbers? 4.7, 2.7. Okay, perfect. So then we have this sketch. And we can go ahead and extrude this, adding it to the shape. And we are just going to extrude that. Let's see. Looks like another 2 millimeters. Okay, so we'll just get this 5 out of here. Press OK, and there we go. So let's rename this lock in uh, piece sketch and then rename lock in piece extrude. Okay. So now we have a first part done. I'm going to highlight that piece and I am going to do a mirror of part one. And it is going to go again along the front plane. And it is going to be a new piece. We're not going to add to it. And by doing that, we've now made two different parts that are mirror images of each other, which is exactly what we want. I think we're almost at the end of the video because I think the rest is yeah, just other things that I've been like tinkering around with. But the one thing that you'll notice, if we go back to our piece, is that we have two of these extrusions. So a good way or an easy way to get rid of that is just copy over here, make a new sketch where you're using this as the uh, plane. I'm sorry, a new extrusion. We're using this as the pane. And instead, we're going to go backwards, and we're going to go backwards 4 millimeters because we need to account for the 2 millimeters it's already extruded out. And so when we do that and press OK, oh, that didn't work out as planned. Ah, you know what? Okay, that's probably what I did wrong. Okay. I'm actually removing from here 4 millimeters. Going inward, press OK. There we go. And now we have this extruding to remove and this for extruding. So if you print this out and you export it to whatever software you're either continuing to model in or sending to your printer, you just have to separate these pieces to print them. All right. Enjoy scooting.